Hi, welcome back to my channel. Julia here from English Prep Class. In today's video, we'll be looking at Describe Image. Describe Image is one of the tasks in the PTE Speaking. The PTE Speaking is the first module in the PTE exam. And one thing I like about this Describe Image is that it's the only task in the PTE Speaking that actually gives all its scores to PTE Speaking. Now, other tasks in the PTE Speaking will share their scores either with reading or with listening. But this task, Describe Image, will share its scores just with speaking, or just gives its scores to speaking. It doesn't share it to any other module. That's why I like the Describe Image. Now, just as the name goes, Describe Image, you just have different things to describe. It could range from bar chart, pie charts, photos, just different images, and they want you to look at these images and describe them. Nothing too elaborate, nothing too difficult. And most times I hear test takers say, oh, Julia, this task is difficult. It's actually not difficult. Remember, in the speaking module, especially for the first 4 tasks in the speaking module, you'll be marked or you'll be judged based on 3 criteria: your content, your fluency, and your pronunciation. Now, this task, you will also be judged on these criteria. One thing about this particular task is that for here, content is 5 marks. Fluency is 5 marks and pronunciation is 5 marks. You have 3 to 4 of this question type on your test day. Now, I cannot predict because I'm not a magician. I don't set the PTE question. I cannot tell you a bar graph will come out or pie chart will come out or just photo will come out. Anything can come out. The thing is that you have to understand what they want you to do. They want you to describe the image. You don't have to say something really elaborate. You don't have to crack your head. Just keep it simple. Practice it before you go into the exam. So on the practice website, just practice between 20 to 30 seconds. That's when you speak or when you try to describe the image. Another thing I want to say here is don't practice only bar charts or pie chart, because the truth is there are different kinds of images that you'll be given on your test day. There are some images that you won't see any future, or you will see them writing out things. They call them write-ups. While some images, they could tell you, you could see something like a bar chart where they're trying to show you maybe average coffee startups, or they're trying to just pass an information. Maybe they want to tell you the countries with the highest number of migrants, different kind of things. So what is important is you understand what is before you and try to keep your fluency. See, fluency is important here, okay? Now, you can't be so slow, like the image shows me the Mount Everest mountain. No, if you're that slow, you're going to be losing scores for fluency, okay? Now, remember, you're being marked for content, you're being marked for fluency, and you're being marked for pronunciation. So the content here will simply be the features that make up the image. It could be an image of a child sitting in a room, and then they won't write any other thing in that image. They'll just show different objects in the room, not structure, sorry, objects in the room, and they want you to describe it. So go ahead and describe what you're seeing there. You don't have to go bring something that is not in the picture and talk about it. Now, if you talk about the things in the image or in the picture, that's the 5 marks for content. Then your fluency, you have to eliminate the image shows a baby is like in a room. Once you begin to do and you begin to lose the mark for fluency. Now, for your pronunciation, remember you're being marked as like they expect you to speak like a native English speaker. Now, even if you don't have the accents like an Aussie or a Canadian, you can actually pronounce the words in a way that anyone can understand them. So it doesn't matter any future on that image. What matters most is how you're able to pronounce that word. Remember, if you pronounce it in a way that it will be understood, you will get 5 marks, because content is 5 marks. Fluency is 5 marks and pronunciation is 5 marks. So learn how to pronounce your words. That way you get all your score. Okay. Now we're just going to go ahead and look at some examples, and I'm going to also share a template that you can use for any of the images that you'll be given on your exam day. So we're just going to look at this example right here. Remember, you have to always look at the instruction if you can. This says, look at the graph below. In 25 seconds, please speak into the microphone and describe in detail what the graph is showing. You will have 40 seconds to give your response. Now you can see here, this graph here, or this image here, is a pumpkin production. Now, they always use the word graph, but you mustn't use the word graph. You can just talk about the image. I did remember I said I was going to also leave a template for you that you can follow. One thing you should understand about this task is you have to maintain your fluency. It's a speaking task. So they're not looking at how accurate whatever you're saying is going to be. However, content is important. That means that you stick to the content that is being shown here. All right. So look at this one here. You can see that it's talking about pumpkin production by states. You can see the different states. Of course, states is America. You can see that it started with capital letters. So they're talking about the states in America or United States of America. You can see that other states had the highest production, but they were actually specific on pumpkin production by some states. You can see that Illinois had 652, Indiana had its own. You can see that Virginia had the lowest pumpkin production compared to the other states. Okay, so you comparing the largest and the smallest is also a plus to you, because that means that you actually have control of the content, or you actually know what is expected of you. So I'm going to use the template and I'm going to speak. Okay, now this one says the given image is on pumpkin production by states 2021. The image shows the pumpkin production in millions in different states of America. The image shows Illinois and Indiana. The image shows California and Texas. The image shows Virginia and Michigan and other states. Overall, the image is informative. That's the general template. But you can actually go ahead and talk about the given image is on pumpkin production by states 2021. This image shows the stuff in pounds or millions, and you can see here that Illinois and other states had the highest pumpkin production, while states like Virginia and Michigan had the lowest pumpkin production compared to other states. Overall, this image is informative. So you can see what I did. First of all, I just talked about the other things or the features that make up the image, while the second template I talked about, almost similar to this one, I just tried to differentiate between the states that had the highest pumpkin production and the states that had the lowest pumpkin production. That way, I didn't hesitate, I didn't have long pauses. That way, I can get my scores for this task. Easy, right? All right, let's go ahead and look at another example and yet another one. This shows that I'm just doing this to show you that you can go ahead and do this task. What is important is you maintaining your fluency, you maintaining, you knowing how to pronounce the words, and you sticking to the content that is being made available to you. All right, so let's look at another example. This is Describe Image. Let's look at another one that we can talk about. Let's see here. I'm looking at different questions we can answer. Let's see this one on old couple. I haven't seen this question, but let's look at what it looks like. All right, so this image here is tricky because there's no right up, but we can see that they are going on a hike kind of, and they're all kitted up. You can see they have their hand together, or the woman has her arm slipped under the arm of the man. They're all carrying a backpack. They are not wearing hats, but they're all wearing jackets. So once the time goes, I'll talk about it. The given image is on old couple. The image shows a man and a woman, and the image shows that both of them are carrying a knapsack and they're all putting on jackets. The image shows that the lady has her arm tucked in under the arm of the man. The image shows that in the midst of a forest. This image shows that the man is listening to the lady while she speaks. Overall, the image is informative. You can see how I've done it. I didn't talk about something that is not visible in this picture. You can see from this picture, the man is listening while the lady is talking. You can also see from this image, they are both carrying a knapsack or they're carrying a backpack. It depends on the, it will still fly, both a knapsack or a backpack. You can also see here that the lady has her hand tucked under the arm of the man, and they are both wearing jackets, and they are actually in a forest or whatever. They didn't say that they were going hiking, but we know that they're in a forest. Okay, so that's how simple this task can be. So this one didn't have any write-ups, but we're able to deduct what is showing in the image. Remember, you're describing the image, so you're describing what is in the image. Now we're going to take another one. Hopefully we'll look for maybe a bar chart. A bar chart can be of good help. Let's see what we got here. Okay, you can see how I'm just scrolling and trying to get something. Let's look at this running cost. This is still a bar chart. I wanted us to look at, that's still a pie chart. I wanted us to look at like a bar chart. Now, yeah, look at this one here. This is a bar chart. We also have this kind of images in the exam. Remember I said I wasn't going to predict the kind of image that I would show that you would see in your exam. I don't know if it's a bar chart. I don't know if it's a pie chart. I don't also know if it's just a photo like the one we just did. All right, we're going to look at this one. I've just got a few seconds to talk about this. My time is almost here. Now, the given image is on startup. In this image, I see average startup cost for coffee shops. The image shows large shops and cafe style. The image shows drive-through and food trucks. The image shows kiosks and carts. The image shows that large shops had the highest at 750K, followed by cafe style, while kiosks and carts were the lowest at 7K to 60K dollars. In overall, the image is informative. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not fast. I'm not talking too fast. But that's the way you can go about it. Now, if I talk too fast, I could get a high score for oral fluency, but my pronunciation might be affected. So that's the easy way you can go about describing this image. So it doesn't really matter the image they give to you. With this template I'm sharing here today, you can attempt any image. You can attempt it. So it's very easy. The given image is on this. That's the topic. The image shows this and this. The image shows this and this. The image shows this and this. Now, what you're doing as you're saying the image shows this and this, you're trying to maintain your fluency, which is really good. They also try to get acquainted with the pronunciation of the words. Remember, they give you 25 seconds to put your thoughts together. In that 25 seconds, you should have told yourself, these are the things I'm going to be talking about once the beep goes. All right, so this is it. If you have any question, leave it in the comment section. Surely, yours truly will surely respond to you. All right. Well, that's it. This brings me to the end of this video. You can see that it's actually not something difficult. It's for you to understand what is expected of you. That way, you go ahead and just speak fluently because it's a speaking task, okay? Remember to give me a like here. Remember to subscribe to this channel. Yes, you, if you haven't subscribed. Now, you can share this video to as many as are writing the Pearson test of English. And then thank you always for coming back to watch my videos. Thank you to my new subscribers, because every time I get messages, someone said he found me on YouTube and he wants me to teach him. I'm so grateful for all of you that keep coming back to watch my videos, and to my new subscribers. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.